I'm Philip Ward, Editor-in-Chief of Augmented Europe at ECR 2017. One of the landmarks this week is 10 years of the European School of Radiology, 10 years since it was founded. I'm very pleased to have Professor Gourtsoyiannis here, the director of the program. Professor Gourtsoyiannis, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Could you perhaps look back at the 10 years for us and describe the highlights and the achievements over the last decade?
Yes, of course. Now, it all started when we trying to bring every radiological activity under one roof and create the European Society of Radiology. And at that time, under my leadership, we promised that we would create a school which would try to amalgamate what was in the house and try to bring those programs that they were uneven and diversified into becoming a one European program in terms of training. So I think during this, and in fact, we promise also to raise the profile of education in radiology and to give a kick-off in subspecialization radiology. Nowadays, we consider subspecialization a normal thing, something that does exist. At that time, this was not the norm. So I think that in all those three respects, to try to kick off subspecialization, to raise the profile of radiology, and try to amalgamate and have one European signified training program in Europe.
Excellent.
I think the school has contributed a lot.
Okay,
yeah.
That's very good. That's a big achievement in that
Yes.
period. Could we look at, could we discuss this year's program in 2017?
Yes.
How many programs will you be running this year? How many courses?
Now, this year probably is the richest program that we have, not because of the 10th year anniversary, but, you know, we grow year after year. This is a fact, and we're going to project that during the celebration session. This year we're going to have something like 38 courses spread out from Argentina to Korea to north of Europe to Kazakhstan. So it's...
That's remarkable. So
yeah,
38 courses.
38 courses.
And when you started 10 years ago, how many roughly did you do that?
Well, there was one.
One? So you've gone from 1 to 38?
Yeah, 38.
Yeah.
And we're going to give something like 80 plus scholarships and fellowships for 3 months. We have 7 full one-year fellowships. Now, fellowship in Europe, I might emphasize that. Fellowships, certified fellowships in radiology in Europe were not in existence, all right? So we started with a 3-year exchange program for fellowship, meaning that they were using these 3 months with other things to formulate a fellowship. And now we move on to a full one-year fellowship, and I can tell you that the money for that comes from the receiving institution. So we have seen a full change of the way of how education has been engulfed.
Excellent.
Embraced.
So those 38 courses this year, they're throughout not only Europe but worldwide.
No, it's, yes.
How many roughly trainees would you expect to see at those events?
We have something around 2,000 trainees every year.
2,000
we
of
had
those 38.
2,058
Yeah. So
last year.
If anybody watching this video wants to sign up or get their trainee to sign up, how do they go about that process? What would you suggest they do?
This is in the website of the Society, in the website of the ESOR. And also we're sending letters to something like 800 training centers around Europe and the world, and we notify all the member societies.
Okay.
As you know, under the flagship of ESR, now there are 150 national societies.
Good.
So they have ample opportunities.
And what does registration cost? What's the
Now the registration is fluctuating because there are countries where they cannot pay a lot, so we try to keep it as low as possible. We start with 80 euros to 150 euros. So in the advanced courses, because we have an escalation of courses. We're starting from foundation courses to advanced and very advanced courses.
Okay.
For
So over
example,
how many days would that be, the course for 80
the
euros?
course, usually the courses are 1.5 days to 2 days. We don't do more because we let the subspecialty societies to breathe.
Right, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
don't be in competition.
Okay, good. And do you stress interactivity? I think this is the buzzword now.
I think
interactivity.
this is one of the hallmarks of the success of the course, because one of the things that the people, alongside with the fresh minds of the tutors and teachers, is the interactivity. So what we do is we give lectures and complement the lectures with equal length of interactive workshops.
Right.
We split the groups into 3 people, so there are groups of 20, 25, 15 people, and they interact directly on cases with the teacher.
Okay,
And they have the
excellent.
opportunity to meet with him in the breaks and get closer and perhaps find a way to be invited to their department. So there's a lot of interactivity means a lot. It's not just hands-on, which
good.
we discussed before.
Well,
it's much
Professor
more.
Gourtsoyiannis, thank you very much for joining us. I wish you every success for the next 10 years.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is Philip Ward signing off for Aren'tMiniEurope.com.